So welcome back to Kaiserredux. I know it's a mod that I like playing a lot because I just realized that some countries have got really interesting paths, which I personally really like. Anyways, today's country is going to be Flanders Wallonia. Basically Belgium, if it was controlled by the Germans. Yeah, I know, it's pretty lame, but still. Our country is relatively weak, we've lost our colonies, we are now literally just Belgium without half of our territories and with Dunkirk. Which is not a really good trade-off, I'm gonna be real with you. Our military is horrible, our economy is also mid, especially compared to Belgian standards. And obviously, it could get so much worse with Black Monday hitting us really quickly. But then, the independentists have decided that now was the time to actually rebel against the idea of Belgium because, let's be honest, Belgium is a failed state. Independence keeps growing, however, we unfortunately cannot really do anything about it. We've got our hands full with the Black Monday crisis. And the government decided to only install a curfew in main cities of Belgium, more specifically Wallonia actually. As the Flemish resistance continues, we decided to fall back into Flemish Brabant, considering Flanders as basically lost. Hoping for a restoration of actual Belgium, the Walloons decide to try to make an entente with the Flemish. However, the Flemish decided to be independent, actually. Marking it basically the end of Belgium, as we know. Or Flanders Wallonia, I guess. So, yeah, now Flanders Wallonia will split. And there we go. We are now Wallonia, a relatively small country who has basically doubled its army, actually, through all of this, which is great thing. However, thankfully, Aldebert managed to keep control over Wallonia, while the Flemish gets to be a republic. Meanwhile, I guess Crimea is under Germany now. So, of course, we could simply just go and become Wallonia. However, we decided to actually not give up on Belgium. We decided to claim the entirety of Flanders, and also that part that Germany took from us, like literally half of Wallonia. Obviously, the selfish Germans rejected, and we have decided to lobby abroad for, well, support in order to retake Flanders. However, Germany has rejected for some reason. So of course this is one massive loss to our government, whose basically is collapsing at a faster rate than the French government. At the same time, Leon Degrelle is actually gaining influence amongst the Walloons, because what the government has failed to do, Degrelle will actually try to accomplish it. However, the Walloon government hasn't really said it last words. It has decided to send an ultimatum, which was accepted by the Flemish? Okay, wait, this isn't a part of the script. They were supposed to refuse. Now yeah, okay, let's reform Flanders Wallonia, I guess. So... oh no, never mind. The events are still triggering. Ukraine declared war on us because, of course, and we are trialing Degrelle because he's evil and against the government. Oh. Well, never mind, he's in charge. He is in charge now. Great! So, now to recap, we are under a national-populist government led by Degrelle, the Rexists, who supports a greater Belgium. Like that exists, sure. They want to reclaim Belgium's might, which, was there any might to Belgium? And also make Belgium into the strongest power. So originally it was going to be Wallonia, but I accidentally managed to snatch Flanders off Flanders actually, so that's pretty funny. And now a relatively early Second Weltkrieg has started. We've taken our independence from Germany. We are basically just neutral. and we're probably going to get involved once we know that all of the countries are exhausted. Yep, here is the second Weltkrieg. August 1939, okay, it's a month early as in real life, but generally I've seen many Weltkrieks happen in 1940 or 41 actually. When we decided the future of Belgium, we decided to revive the Burgundian state. Okay, now that the cool Burgundian music is done, let's oppress the Dutch, because they should be oppressed and murdered by Netherlands. In the meantime, I also declared war on the Germans, because I also had a war goal on them. So, unfortunately, I'm not really going to do anything. I'm just here to grab some territories, hopefully a lot, and yeah. And not too long after, the Germans have collapsed. See, Belgium joining the war literally made the Second Reich fall, as it should. It's literally the same as Turkey in World War II in our real life. So yeah. However, unlike them, we didn't just settle for just Berlin. We actually took over most of Germany actually. However, after this, Degrelle was shot actually, unfortunately, and he will not survive. While many Belgians actually decide that the Congo was a good place to continue, our country was actively collapsing more and more, with a coup d'etat actually happening, and the majority of the Rexist remnants actually not remaining in power. So yeah, when asked about the situation of the crown, we decided to bring the rightful king to his throne, aka the former king of Belgium, Albert I. There was also a proposition to allow the German king, but he absolutely failed to make Belgium great. So yeah, return of Belgium. This also means that we are back in the Entente, so that's actually pretty good. When it was time to allow for elections after the Rexist era, we decided to get the Social Democrats in charge under a new ideology, Reformed Belgicism. Literally the same thing, but people have rights. So I think it's just better. After a very long conflict that lasted a year in the Congo, basically half a year actually, never mind, we finally got to retake our rightful colony. And it was time to actually reclaim our rightful territories in France. Actually the former homeland of the Burgundians. Because Burgundy is in France, and we shall retake it. The Commune of France was actually not really expecting us to join, and yes, they folded relatively quickly. A lot of the troops are actually stuck in Eastern Europe, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, as soon as we take basically the major French cities, I think the Commune shall fall. There we go. Okay, that was a lot easier. After a while, the Third International fell, and thus we were able to actually win the full-on Second Weltkrieg. The Entente is back in Europe for the most part. I mean, ignoring the fact that France is barely going to own that much of France, still. So, I've also got this, the true heirs of the Capetians. We could reclaim, basically, is it France, Iberia and Italy? Oh, and Sardinia abandons us, of course. Okay, I need... Right, let's see, of course. Oh god, so it's France? I'm not even going to try to actually conquer them. There's no way I get to conquer them. I'm just going to use a console command and just give them to me. I think it's just infinitely better. Look, it's impossible. It's literally impossible for me to even attempt to claim those territories. Like, it's impossible. I can't. So anyways, a massive Burgundy Federation, totally legit. And now we were going to change our flag, of course. And now we shall be known as a Capetian Confederation. Oh, dude. There we go. one massive conquest. Okay, actually I cheated a lot in the end, but at this point, I'm gonna be real. The game was basically over. There was nothing else I could do. Maybe we could go to war with Russia. That's one of the only times I've actually seen them win the Weltkrieg. So yeah. Actually, if you guys want a more accurate version, I'd say that the French, Spanish, Portuguese, and South Italians were so inspired by us that they just decided to join us, because we went from literally just Wallonia to now over half of Europe. I think that's a relatively reasonable thing, in my opinion. I think it's understandable. Also, I did the mistake of making Germany united. It's a mistake. I'm actually going to ununite Germany. There we go. 3 different Germanys. Let's go. Boom. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider giving a like and a follow. It will help me out a lot and I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, see you in the next one and have a nice day. Goodbye.